Welcome to our today's class. So students, today what we are going to see? Today we are going to see the topic protesta. Okay, so let's start. See students, what are the protesta? The protesta are the single-celled organisms which consist of the nucleus enclosed in the nuclear membrane. Okay, means as organisms, as creatures which are single-celled and consist of the nucleus. Okay, they are called as the protista. Okay, in other words, what we can say that the protista are the unicellular and eukaryotic organisms. Okay, single-celled means they are unicellular and they consist of the nucleus enclosed in the nuclear membrane, means they are the eukaryotic organisms. Okay, so single-celled organisms with the nucleus enclosed in the nuclear membrane is called as the protista. Okay, so this is protista. So students, the protista have many characteristics. So one by one we will see which are the characteristics of this protista. Okay, the first characteristic is that first one, it is the unicellular. Okay, it is unicellular and eukaryotic organism, means all the life processes in the protista are carried out by a single cell. Okay, they are unicellular and also they are eukaryotic. Eukaryotic means they consist of the cell nucleus. They consist of the nucleus. Okay, this one is the first characteristic, unicellular and eukaryotic organism. Okay, the second is that they have the locomotory organs. This protista consists of the locomotory organs. So now what are the locomotory organs? The organs which helps an organism to travel from one place to another place. Means the organs which are useful for the locomotion, for the movement is called as the locomotion. Okay, and the organs responsible for the useful in the locomotion is called as the locomotory organs. Okay, so now this protista consists of the locomotory organs. So now which are the locomotory organs present? It will consist of the pseudopodias, okay, or it will consist of the cilia, or it will consist of the flagella. Okay, now what is the pseudopodia? Pseudopodia are the arm-like structure. Okay, means it is the arm-like structure, okay, which is useful in the amoeba for the locomotion. Okay, if this amoeba looks like this, okay, so this arm-like projections, they are called as the pseudopodia, and with the help of this pseudopodia, the amoeba moves in the surrounding. Okay, with the help, this is the pseudopodia is the example of the amoeba. Okay, pseudopodia is present in the amoeba. This is the locomotory organ present in the amoeba for locomotion. And the second one is it consists of the cilia. Okay, now what is cilia? Cilia is the hair-like structures. Okay, किसी organisms की body में क्या होते हैं? hair-like structures होते हैं, जिसकी वजह से वो क्या करते हैं? locomotion करते हैं. Okay, so now this hair-like structures on the body of an organism for the locomotion is called as the cilia. Okay, and where this locomotory organs is present, in which organism? It is present in the paramecium. Okay, it is present in the organism paramecium, cilia. Okay, and the third one is the flagella. Flagella, okay, it is the tail-like structure. tail-like structure होता है किसी organism को. Because of this tail-like structure, the organism moves. Okay, so mostly it is found in the bacteria, protozoa. Okay, bacteria और protozoas में हमें ये दिखाई देता है, and it allows the organism to swim. Okay, swim in the water. Okay, mostly ये flagella हमें कहाँ किस organism में दिखाई देता है? In euglena. Okay, we can see this flagella in the euglena. Okay, so Our second characteristic is that these protista organisms in the protista consist of the locomotory organs. Means they consist either the pseudopodia, example is amoeba, either the cilia, example is paramecium, or the flagella, it is in the euglena. Okay, this one is the second characteristics. Okay, and the third characteristic is that they may be autotrophic or they may be heterotrophic. Okay, now the autotrophic means the organisms that can produce their own food. Okay, they are called as the autotrophic organisms, and the heterotrophic means the organisms which depends on the other organisms for their survival. Means for the food they depends on the other organisms. Okay, now these organisms they may be heterotrophic or they may be autotrophic. So the example of the autotrophic organisms they are the euglena and the volvox. Okay, euglena and the volvox are the examples of this autotrophic protista. Okay, now these organisms, this euglena and the volvox, consist of the chloroplast. Okay, they consist of the chloroplast. Now what are the chloroplasts? They are the organelles that conducts the photosynthesis. They are the organelles that conducts the photosynthesis are called as the chloroplast. Okay, so this euglena and this volvox, they can prepare their own food, means they are autotrophic protista. Okay, and the second one example is of the heterotrophs. Means, and what are the heterotrophs? Heterotrophs means the organisms which depends on the other for their food, for their survival. They eat other organisms to remain survive. Okay, examples are amoeba and the paramecium. The amoeba and the paramecium, they are the examples of the heterotrophic protista. Okay, see students, this protista consists of the both characteristics of the animal and the plant. Okay, as you have seen the characteristics, means they consist of the pseudopodia. Okay, they are the unicellular, they are eukaryotic, they may be either heterotrophic or they may be autotrophic. From this we can say that this protista consists of the characteristics of the both organisms. Means they consist of they behave little like plants and also little like the animals. Okay, so these are the characteristics of the protista. Which one is the first characteristic? First characteristic is that they are the unicellular organisms and eukaryotic. Okay, second one is they consist of the locomotory organs. Okay, the third one is they may be autotrophic or they may be heterotrophic, and other one is that it contains the characteristics of both animal as well as the plant. They resembles some characteristics of plants as well as of the animals. Okay, now students, this protista have a very important contribution for our ecosystem. Okay, so how they contribute in our ecosystem? See, it is said that means the protista produces the half of the world's oxygen supply. Okay, what does they do? They supply us half of the oxygen. Okay, see students, this protista have a very important role in our ecosystem. They contribute in our ecosystem. So how does they contribute? So students, this protista produces the half of the world's ऑक्सीजन सप्लाई. ओके, इतना ऑक्सीजन वो सप्लाई करता है. देखो कितना, ये बहुत ज़्यादा प्रोपोर्शन में ऑक्सीजन सप्लाई करता है. ठीक है, और ये इट इज़ ऑल्सो प्लेज एन वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन आवर फूड वेब. फूड वेब में भी ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले करता है. मीन्स प्रोटेस्टा itself or its products of photosynthesis directly or indirectly, means they are useful for the survival of the vast range of species. It may be from the bacteria to the mammals. Okay, जो प्रोटेस्टा है वो खुद या फिर उससे जो प्रोडक्ट्स तैयार होते हैं, उसके फोटोसिंथेसिस के बाद जो प्रोड्यूस तैयार होता है वो सर्वाइवल के लिए बहुत ही यूज़फुल है, बैक्टीरिया से लेके मैमल्स तक. ओके, सो इट प्लेज अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट रोल इन द फूड वेब. ओके, also these protesta are useful in the medical and industrial researches. Okay, medical researches and industries में भी इसका उतना ही importance है. Okay, so along with the importance or the uses, some protesta are also harmful protesta. Okay, and they are classified under the animals like the plasmodium. Okay, what does this plasmodium do? This plasmodium causes the malaria. Okay, and also another example is the African sleeping sickness. Sickness is caused by the trypanosomas. Okay, so these are the protestas which are harmful. They may cause some diseases in the humans or some organisms. Okay, this was regarding the protesta. Okay, today what we have seen that is what is protesta, the characteristics of the protesta, and the importance of the protesta in our ecosystem or importance of protesta for us. Okay, so students, this was all about today's class. I hope you have understood this topic. So thank you.